My name is Willie Cunningham Jr. II, in Miami, Florida, pretty much. I've been in real estate for about 8 years now, and I love it. Me and my wife, we're both a real estate team. She do loans, and I pretty much find the properties. We come to find out that we work better that way, and everything's doing real well for us. This morning, I want to touch on mental health. I want to touch on mindset, and I want to do it through, some may say call it the laws of attraction. Some may say positivity. Whatever you want to call it really don't matter. It's all the same. So I found out in life that through my trials and tribulations, I started asking why certain things was happening. I started asking why this is happening, why that is happening, to get a better life. Because at the end of the day, whether it's a bag of money, whether it's a car, whether it's a relationship, health, we all want it because we feel that we'll be happier in having it. And for the most part, we will be happy in having all of these things tied into one. So the first thing I want to do is introduce a book, which this Zoom meeting this morning is pretty much derived at. It's called Asked and It Is Given. Author is Jerry and Esther Hicks. And it's a very good book. It's one of the books that I came into when I started having, financial, health, relationship problems in my own life. And I found this book, along with other books, other teachers, to be very pinnacle in my life. And once I started practicing, let's just say spirituality, for lack of a better word, things start changing in my life. So you always hear the phrase, stay positive, stay away from negativity. And a lot of times we may ask, well, what does that mean? And a lot of times we think we know what it means. All right, does that mean staying away from negative people? Does that mean, all right, I'm not going to talk to this person because this person's always negative? Don't necessarily mean that. That's a part of it, but that's not all the things that come about it. So a lot of times the negativity that you have to stay away from is that person that looked at you in the mirror. And a lot of times it's through the words that we speak. We have to understand that we are vibrational creatures. So it's the emotions that we give when things happen in our life, and it's what we give our attention to. So words don't teach. There's many different languages, but words don't teach. It's our emotions and how we feel about things. It's what causes the changes in our life. I.e., the big elephant in the room right now. Buyer broker's agreement. Let's talk about real estate real quick. At Lifestyle, we probably have over 2,000 agents. And if you interviewed every one of those agents, I promise you, everybody more than likely had a different experience in their first week in this new law that has been cast upon us. And a lot of times it's how you receive it. Dr. Wayne Dyer once said, when you can't change things, you must change the way you look at things. Because in life, things is going to happen. Life is going to happen. We're going to get bad news. But when you change the way that you feel about it, the things that you receive start to change. And that's a fact. So I want to introduce to you 3 quick and easy steps. And I'm going to try and do it in 30 minutes or less because I know you guys got to get going and be great today, and I want you to. But this is my ever so humble opinion, is what works when you're trying to apply 30 laws of attraction. First step is you ask. And once again, you might not verbalize the ask. Sometimes if someone's treating you bad, you want them to treat you better. That's if it's bills that need to be paid, you want them to be paid. That's asking. So the minute you ask, they're in step two. Source, God, answers. Understand that God and source want you to have everything that you desire to have. That's why the title of this book is Ask and It Is Given. Source want you to have everything that you want. The minute you ask, the universe lines up itself to deliver you everything that you want. Now let's get into step three. Step three is allowing. And step three is the step that I'm going to probably spend the most time on today. Allowing is pretty much, you heard the term before, you go to church and the pastor may say, let go and let God. Well, that's deep. That's a deep phrase, let go and let God. So you ask step one, step two, source answers. Step three is allowing. That's the part where you let go and let God. How do you let go? Glad you asked. All right, so a lot of times, the words that we put into any situation that we're in causes resistance to allowing you to line up emotionally or line up physically or line up however with that you want. So case in point, put out there, I can't make this money. Nobody I know has this type of money. Nobody in my family has ever made that type of money. Right away, you start offering a voice to that you want. So the way I look at it is, to think positive or to think negative costs you the same thing. So if it costs the same thing, why wouldn't I want to think positive opposed to thinking negative? Remember, folks, your life is a book and you're the author. So how would you want to write that book if you're the author of the book and you want everything of most things to go good in your life? So the next subject I want to touch on is, I want to go back to step one. Step one is asking. And a lot of times when we ask, it comes from the realm of bad things or not so good things or things not working out the way we want it. You want that to happen. It needs to come to a place where we say, all right, we need contrast in our life, because you gotta know what you don't want to ask for what you want. So things happen in your life, it helps to look at it as, well, this is coming into my life, this is happening in my life. What's the message that's being sent to me? Why did this happen? Understand, everything that happens in your life produces growth in your life. If you need more money, you aspire to have more money, it produces you to it forces you to come up with ideas how to make money. It forces you to come up with ideas how to save money. So everything that's negative happening in your life is for your better good. That's the word that I'm looking for. And when you can't change things, change the way you look at it. Again, we need contrast in our life. So don't look at it as, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Why not you? Who would you rather it be? Okay, everybody with me? Awesome. All right, so understand that this vibrational, let's just say bank that we're trying to do is from a stand of momentum. So what I'm going to do now is go through you what usually my day consists of, which is what I call pre-paving. A lot of times we go out into this world, we leave our home in the morning or the afternoon, whatever the case may be, and we're receptive to whatever happened to us in life. We go through life saying, I hope this don't happen. Or this is the minute anything happened, oh, you start looking at the negative of what could happen. Why not look at what could happen in a positive way? That's by changing not so much the words that you speak, although you have to be words that you speak, you also have to change your feeling, because you can't lie to source. I can sit here and do mirror work all day and pretty much just say, I am great. I am the best. I am a high producing realtor. I'm in love with my wife. And if I don't mean it, it's not connecting. So it really comes from a realm of feeling. You have to come to a place of bliss, if that makes sense. And a lot of times that comes from starting with the small things. When I walk my dog in the morning, I don't take my cell phone with me, because not only do I want to connect with my pet, I want to hear the birds. I want to hear the cars. I want to breathe the air. I want to take time to take care of my mind before I go out into this world. Before I read an email, I'm meditating. And meditation is not, a lot of people may say, well, what's meditating? Meditating is basically like when your computer is overloaded, you shut it off or you reboot it. That's what meditating do to your mind. That's what meditating do to your life. The next step is find some type of physical activity, whether it's stretching. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a marathon runner, but do something to produce something in you to say that I love me, I'm taking care of me. Okay, it could be 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, but do some physical activity, because at the end of the day, you can make all the money in the world, you can have all the real estate in the world. If you're not healthy, mentally and physically, it's worth nothing. So you got to make sure you take care of that. Now, I'm not sitting here on my throne saying to you that I'm perfect. I'm not the Dalai Lama, okay? But what I will tell you is that when I exercise these steps, things just kind of like magically happen good for me. And I'm not perfect. Nobody that sit up here on this throne is perfect, okay? We will be working on ourselves to the day we leave this earth. And like my dad used to say, to the day you cover me with dirt, I will always progress. Whether I got $100 or whether I got $100 million, life calls you to ask for more. And nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, nobody is above. This is not a perfect thing that we're doing. Basically, this is how we're trying to get by, how we're trying to get through, be successful and be prosperous. Another thing that I want to touch on is in taking care of yourself, mental health. You have to be selfish with your energy. You have to be very selfish with who you give your energy to. And I think the thing in society, people has used the word selfish as being a bad thing. Selfish is not a bad thing. Selfish is self-love. Someone may say to you, oh, your child, your husband, your wife may say to you, you're being selfish because you're paying more to what you want than what I want. That's a flawed premise in itself. You're telling me I'm being selfish because I'm paying more about myself, but you're paying more about yourself than you're paying about me. So aren't we selfish? And that's okay, because you have to protect your energy. It's about gaining momentum. Once again, be very careful about the words you say. When you describe yourself, yeah, it might be true. For instance, I'm short, okay? I don't have to say it. Every word that I speak is going to be something that is positive about myself. Okay, and I gotta, find whatever is positive about yourself to say about yourself. Be careful how you speak about yourself. Be careful how you speak about anything. Be careful how you speak about people. I like to make excuses for people. If someone is rude to me, I like to say, you know what? maybe they're having a bad day. You don't know the news that they may have gotten. You don't know what people's going through. So I pray for them. You have to be careful with the power you give to people to make you react. A lot of people like to say, I'm gonna keep it real. Where I'm from in the hood, I'm gonna keep it real. Well, understand that keeping it real only keep you where you are. I'm gonna repeat that. Keeping it real only keep you where you are, because we agree that like attract like. Your life revolves around your thoughts. So if you're keeping it real and telling it like it is, in my ever so humble opinion, it will remain the way it is. Okay? So no matter what my pocket look like, no matter how much money I have, I might have dust in my wallet. I'm gonna go about life as is, I'm a millionaire, I'm a multi-millionaire, because that's what I want to attract. Make sense? All right, so again, pre-paving, we spoke about pre-paving. Pre-paving means getting out ahead of life. You do that by starting the night before. So last night before I went to bed, I did a mantra of everything that I'm thankful for. Everything that I pray for people, I pray for myself, I pray for my kids, pray for your kids. And then I go to sleep. And 99.1% of the time, I wake up with that momentum. Then I go into meditation, because no matter what my situation is, I want to keep my mental health clear and my heart pure. So I go into meditation, okay? Then I go into a point of appreciation. I start saying and go into a mantra about what I appreciate. Look, start general. You may appreciate the roof that you have on your head. Even though we're working hard to keep a roof over our head, today you have a roof over your head. You have lights on. I look outside. The car's in the yard. TV's on. And guys, this is football season, so we know how important cable is for us. So we got to make sure the TV is on. But I stand in a line of appreciation. And remember, it all has to do with like attract like. So although you might not have that bag of money yet, you might not have that Rolls Royce or that mansion that you desire. If you desire that, Source sees that you appreciate the things that you have now. So what Source does is send you more of the things that you have now. But if you start on if you start talking about the things that you don't have, guess what? Source will send you more of that as well. Now, this don't go against any religious beliefs. I love all religion. I have no problem with any religion. This actually is a part of whatever religion that you believe in. Laws of attraction is real. This is the way the universe works. So without further ado, like I said, we're going to be here for a short time, but a good time. I'd like to open it up for any questions. And if we have no questions, I'd like to let you go on your way. And remember, you are a product of what your beliefs are. You are a product of your thoughts. Be very careful about what you think about. Be very careful about how you speak. And listen, find ways to bask into the things that you enjoy. Find ways to be happy as much as you possibly can. Find ways to change the way you look at things when you can't change things, because things are going to happen that you can't change. So change your mindset, and I promise you that things will change.
Cindy has a question for you. Can you describe your morning routine?
Okay, so my morning routine Does he ask that after I describe my morning routine?
Yeah, just asked it.
Okay, perfect. So Cindy, my morning routine is pretty much wake up in the morning. Be honest with you, I'm 56 years old, so I know a lot of the the people that describe the morning routine. They wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm a 6:30, 7 o'clock guy myself. So I guess it's because I'm old. But once I wake up, I try not to get into anything, you know, the news or anything like that, because once again, I want to protect my energy. I want to stay away from negativity. I look at news real quick to make sure the world hasn't come to an end and check the weather. I look at it very quick to make sure that I pretty much know who to pray for. Okay. Then I get up, I have my coffee, me and my wife, you know, have a few words in between, and then I meditate. I usually go into the garage because that's where I can turn on the fan and my mind can focus on the fan. Meditation is basically focusing on a sound and quieting your mind, because the day before you probably had a million things going on. And if you go to sleep that way, you're going to wake up that way. And then you're going to start your day in the same whirlwind that you ended it yesterday. So after that, I go to the gym. I'm a gym buff. I usually spend an hour and 30 minutes in there and about another half an hour on cardio. Then I check my emails. Then I pretty much start making whatever phone calls I need to make to prior clients. Basically, I deal with my sphere of influence, more or less. I'm not necessarily doing any expires or anything like that. I've been doing this about 8 years, so I do have a pretty large sphere of influence that I make. I try to make anywhere from 5 to 6 calls a day, maybe 10. I'm sorry, contacts a day, 5 to 10 contacts a day. After that, I go out, whatever the day brings, you know, whether I have to show property or I have to do a listing presentation, it's that. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing special about what I do. The only thing that I can tell you is what I attempt to do the majority of the time is, again, stay positive, stay happy, and live, pretty much. I mean, it's not rocket science. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Any tips or suggestions on meditation strategies?
Yeah, so meditation pretty much, as a rule of thumb, you know, you have some people that'll meditate for an hour. I've known the gurus to meditate for hours. But as a rule of thumb, whatever you can start with to quiet your mind, and mind you, it's not, you know, so you may try to quiet your mind. The purpose is to get rid of thought out of your mind, to reboot yourself mentally. So you may be in a state of meditation for 2 or 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden you might think about something you're supposed to do with your child or something you should have done. Don't freak out. Just go back and breathe. Focus on your breathing. I use a different form of meditation where I focus on a sound, but either one is very productive. Either one. I hope that answers your question. Okay. So if there's no other questions, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. This was my first Zoom and morning call, and you guys are awesome. And always remember, God, love, and serve. Remember, I love you. Go out and be great. Thank you.